And we're just going to run on with the course. This is Master Self Numerology. Today is April 7th, 2022. This is our regularly scheduled 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time course. Today's course is Understanding Your Outstanding, Mixed, and Cipher Obstacles. Understanding your outstanding, mixed, and cipher hidden obstacles. Briefly, I'm gonna go back over that portion that I covered at the tail end of class on Tuesday. Your hidden obstacles are found in your soul energy number or your birthday. And there are three types of hidden obstacles. Number one, the outstanding obstacle. Number two, the mixed obstacle. And number three, the cipher obstacle. The cipher obstacles also has 3 divisions: the single cipher, the double cipher, and the complete cipher. Now, with everybody that is on these calls, I was able to get an example of each one of those except the complete cipher. I don't know anyone personally that has a birth date that adds up to a complete cipher, so I just made one up. So I can do that. This is my show. I can do that. So I made one up. You guys will understand it once we get into it, into the examples. Hidden obstacles vary by each name and are unique to your given names at birth. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 and the cipher are the most common of the hidden obstacles, followed by numbers 4 and 5. Number 6 is normally a standalone and positive obstacle. Numbers 7 and 8 are often found in association to a cipher or as a final hidden obstacle, and number 9 will never be found as an obstacle, as it is the highest number and all other numbers are subtracted from it. The rules for figuring your individual hidden obstacles. And I do have to make a correction real fast. Deirdre, when we were talking the other night about your birthday, the day you were born on, the 28th, and I said the 10 doesn't get reduced. It does. But we'll go over that because you're one of my examples today, and we'll go over that, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that, and I believe you'll get a great understanding of this concept when I use your birthday. So just wanted to clear that up, that I made a mistake in something that I said on our last get together. As far as the obstacles are concerned, the number 10 is reduced down to the number 1. So I wanted to clear that up in case anybody had any confusion about that. But here are the rules for figuring your individual hidden obstacles. You subtract the number of your month of birth from the number of your day of birth to get your first obstacle. You subtract the number of your day of birth from the number of your year of birth to get your second obstacle. You subtract these 2 numbers from each other to get your third obstacle. And you subtract the number of your birth month from the number of your birth year to get your fourth obstacle. Any comments? Any questions about the hidden obstacles and the where it comes from? Anybody got any comment, any question?
I didn't catch the third one.
The third one is the number that you get for the first one, and then the number you get for the second one, you subtract those two from each other to get the third.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, I missed that totally. Okay.
And then you subtract the month from the year to get the fourth.
6 of 10 is 4. Okay.
What's the first? I'm sorry. What's the first one?
First
The
one,
month
you subtract the number of your month of birth from the number of your day of birth to get your first obstacle.
That's 12.
Oh, that's an obstacle right
So
there.
so like if you're born in the month of December, you're not gonna do 12, like you're 1228, right, Shifa?
Yeah.
You would do 3 from 1.
3 from 1.
Yeah, 12 is 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then 28 is a 10 and 1.
So that's 4.
Or 2. If you're subtracting, it'll be 2. We'll get to that. You can follow along with the examples. Every example, the way that I figure out the obstacle is the same. So by the time we get done with 1 or 2, you guys will be really, really familiar with how I do the calculation. All right. Maybe I should.
Good, 'cause I'm already
Likewise.
What happened? What happened?
I said good because I'm already backed up.
Okay, good. Well, I'll straighten it all out. I'll straighten it all out. So I think I want to share the screen with you guys on this right now, because then you guys will be able to see it. All right. Now, you see over here, example of an outstanding obstacle. All right. The birth date that I used for this one is February 9th, 1963. For those that know me, yes, my birthday. Yeah. Make an example of yourself. You got to be able to laugh at yourself and make an example of yourself and put yourself up there. So, how we go about figuring out the obstacles. First, you have to figure out what your soul energy number is. So in order to do that, February is the second month. So that's thus the 2, plus my day of birth, which is the 9, plus 1963 adds up to a 1910-1. So 2 plus 9 plus 1 gives me my 12-3 soul energy. You guys see how I figured that out? 2, the month I was born in, February is the second month. I was born on the 9th. 2 plus 9, and I was born in 1963. It adds up to a 1910-1. 2 plus 9 plus 1 equals 12-3. That's my soul energy. Now, to figure out my first hidden obstacle, I have to take 2 and minus it from 9. Y'all see that? 2 minus 9 equals 7. That was my first hidden obstacle in my life. And when we get to the part about opportunities, I will share with you guys the timing in life that these play a part for you. So 2 minus 9 equals 7. That's my first hidden obstacle. Now, that's the month I was born and the day I was born. So you subtract the month from the day. For my second hidden obstacle, I take the day I was born, 9, and I minus it from the year I was born, which is 1. So that's 8. So I have an 8 second hidden obstacle. My third hidden obstacle, you take 8 minus 7. Those are the first two obstacles. You guys see those? They're the first two obstacles up there. So you take 8 minus 7 equals number 1. That is my third hidden obstacle for my life. And then we take number 4. The fourth hidden obstacle is I take the month I was born, February, which is a 2, and I subtract it from the year. 1963 is a 1910 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Now, because I have 2 1s back-to-back obstacles in my life, well, I'm going to say it anonymously first. This person has a number 1 outstanding hidden obstacle. This person's life will be governed by a number 1 hidden obstacle throughout their entire incarnation. Should this person be able to recognize this outstanding hidden obstacle and make effort into cultivating a very steady will, a refined and channeled expressed determination, and a dignified and self-respecting way of being and living, this person will overcome more than most. This person must not hold grudges and must avoid resentment and vengeful thought patterns, must never look to place blame on others, and must resist fighting against the hurts and being or becoming headstrong, as this will lead to mistakes in judgments, actions, and intentions, and make this person seem unreasonable. This person should rely upon their quick wit, originality, and personal ideas, as they are very valuable, especially when they are embraced and nurtured. This person is me, Mark Edward Pyle. It is, that's no problem, Jolene. That's no problem. Just get in and when you can. So the reason why 1 is my outstanding obstacle, because it comes back to back, and it comes at the point in my life when I am able to do and be things that I couldn't do and be as a kid or as a young adult, you know, grown ass man. As a grown ass man, now, these are covering my grown ass man period, and they are the same number. And if you look up there, I got 3 1s that deal with all of this. So that is the outstanding, that is my outstanding obstacle. So I have a 1 obstacle overall. Yes, Victorious.
So I just want to make sure I'm clear, and I know I'm probably right. When you say obstacles, because I'm familiar with this process, under mine it says challenges. And I think it's really interesting that you mentioned that you had 2 challenges that was under the 1 back to back. Yes. I had the same challenges for my second and my third challenge.
Yep. And so that if you have them back to back like that, that makes the 1 is an outstanding challenge for you in your entire life. So what I just read, that pertains to you as well.
So that means, like, for me, because I know the 1 deals a lot with leadership and stepping into that process.
Yes, but for the obstacle, it works a little bit differently. For the obstacle, you really have to lead yourself.
Oh, okay.
And you got to be able to own your own shit, and you got to let shit go.
So that's where the self-mastery comes in at, right?
Absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
can equate that to the Queen of Spades.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. 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 Yeah. I inherently knew as a child that holding grudges and being resentful didn't do me any good. So I had to practice it as a kid because, you know, kids are ruthless and brutal and borderline evil. And there'd be some evil shit happen to you as a kid. However, I couldn't hold any grudges. Now, the fact that I don't hold grudges doesn't mean that I forget shit. I don't forget nothing. I just let it go. You know what I mean? It's like you sucker punch me. I shake it off, get my jaw back right, and I let that go. Now that don't mean I'm not gonna punch you back. It just means I'm not gonna hold that grudge. I'm not gonna be walking around thinking about how I can get you back. Oh, no, for sure. I'm a 7. You hit me, I'm hitting you back. Right then, right there. We ain't gonna be no delay and nothing. But when you have the one as your outstanding hidden obstacle, you have to really dig deep into yourself and you have to steady yourself, because yes, the one as a hidden obstacle, it means your leadership is going to be challenged at every turn, no matter what. I had so many folks were upset and uncomfortable when I was a boss in corporate America, because I was a boss in corporate America when the third hidden obstacle took effect. And it's always been that thing for me. Always been that. I always, from a very young age, I had to cultivate a steady will. I had to, I'm being nice when I say refined and channeled express determination. I had to watch my mouth, especially around my grandmother and my mother. And I had to hold myself differently than some of the folks that I went to school with. I had to stand differently, walk differently, act differently, so that I could overcome more than most. Yes, Victorious, you had your hand up again?
No, I just forgot to put it down.
No worries. And I must never look to place blame on others. And that's the key in self-mastery. Regardless of what happens to me, don't blame anybody for anything. I'm going to hold you responsible for what you did, but there's no blame. I'm not, oh, you did that. And because that's giving away my power and that's giving away my energy. And that's just not something that I really need to do. I don't really need to do. I can address what you did and I can hold you accountable and then I can move on. And I must resist fighting against the hurts, which if I focus in on every slight and every bad word and every ill intention, then I get headstrong. Then I'm being nice again. I get downright evil. And I want to repay you back. Lex talionis. Y'all know what lex talionis is? It's a legal term. Eye for an eye. Yes, Sharon, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying no. I don't know what it is.
Lex talionis is the principle in law of a eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So if you come and you steal my food, then I come and burn down your field. That's where your food is at. If you poke a hole in one of my tires, I put sugar in your gas tank. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I'm going to return to you the damage in manifold the same way that you damaged me. So if you cuss me out, I'm going to clap back on you. I'm intending to make you cry. I'm intending to hurt your feelings so bad that you don't even want to talk to me no more. Yes, Victorious, go ahead.
No, I just want to know, is that a Latin term?
Yes, Lex Talionis, yes. Uh-huh.
I guess with the Talionis, I should have picked that up. I mean, most of our language is based on Latin, so yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then once I get into that mode, once I get into get back mode, then I make all sorts of mistakes and judgment actions, and my intentions go out the window. And I look again, being nice. I'm more than unreasonable. I am not one to be even played with. You wouldn't even want to be around me if I'm in that mode. You just leave me alone and let me spin around like the Tasmanian devil. When I get tired enough, I'll just fall the fuck out somewhere, and then I'll be all right. That is when you have an outstanding one challenge. Any comments?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you have a minus?
No.
Okay, so my day is 1, and my year, this is for my second hidden obstacle, is 2. 1 minus 2
is 1.
So right. So well, I've got 3 ones then.
Or then 1 is your outstanding hidden challenge as well. So everything I just said pertains
Belongs
to
me.
you too.
Oh
yes. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
I see that.
Definitely.
Wait, so I just want to make sure. She says she's a 1, 2?
No, she has 3 ones.
3 ones.
In her.
Oh, 3 ones.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
wow, that is major.
That's a significant intensification. Yeah.
The 2.
You've had so much so that it seems like every idea, plan, or project that originated from you was met with swift opposition.
100%.
Swift. I mean, almost before you could even say it out your mouth, somebody like, no, that ain't gonna work. And everybody's negative. Yeah.
I've had, and also I've given away so many. I've had so many spiritual people stop me on the street to tell me I should have been a millionaire several times over.
Yeah, that's the outstandingness of the obstacle. Yeah, you're gonna have to let shit go and don't hold grudges and don't place blame, and the hurts you heal from them and you process them and you deal with them yourself. And then you ritualize them, flush them, burn them, whatever you do, however you do to release, and then release them. Release them from the soul and release them from the mind. See, our minds are very, very powerful, man. They could either be our biggest asset or our worst enemy. Our own mind.
Yeah.
The soul doesn't want to hold on to the negative. It's the mind that does it. The mind, you be sitting there thinking about it, or you might see something that reminds you of it and it'll take you right back into the middle of the shenanigans, right back into the middle of it. It could have been decades ago that something happened. I am dealing with something right now, and I am going to seek outside help with a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, whoever it is. I'm dealing with something that happened to me 51 years ago. I was 8 years old when this shit happened.
I can help you with that, Pi.
I know you can. Yes, Jolene.
Hi. That is so important. I talk that all the time, and the only way our body and mind will release it if our consciousness give permission to the body and mind to release it. Absolutely. We ourselves have to release our own selves. And I think it's so beautiful, but we step over ourselves so many times, we forget to do that, to go back to yourself. And so I love that concept. I love it because it's so freaking true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you
Can
for
I
that.
chime in on what she just said? Because
Yes, you can.
the mind and how they're connected. And we don't realize that at the end of the day, our hearts hold a powerful memory to the things that happened to us in our past.
Yep.
And so our hearts and our mind are very much connected to each other. And when we can't release and open our hearts, it affects our thought process. And we keep on continuing this. It's like a broken record. Because if we can't release it from our heart, we can't open our mind to experience the new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you say broken record, I say revolving door, like at Macy's, where you just going round and round and fucking around.
But that heart and that mind chakra is very powerful. And
Yep.
if you can't balance the two, especially if you look in your astrology chart and you realize that your Mercury and your moon are heavily aspected, whether it's positive or negative, but it's very much so. It has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Victorious. All right. Jolene, this is you. I'm giving us an example of a mixed hidden obstacle. Birthday that I chose, October 10th, 1967. 10 is a 1. Oh,
Okay,
wait, no, it's
I'm
the
listening,
13th.
but
It's the 13th.
no, I'm the 13th. Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
October 13, 67.
I calculated it right. I just wrote it wrong. October 13th,
Oh, okay.
1967.
Yeah.
So October
Yeah.
being the 10th month, that's a 1. 13,
Mm-hmm.
1 plus 3 is a 4. And then 1967 adds up to a 23.5. So 1 for October, 4 for the 13th, 5 for 1967 equals your 10-1 soul energy. Pretty simple so far, right? Okay. Now, now to get your first obstacle, we take the month of your birth, October, which is the 1, and we minus it from your day, which is a 4. So that equals 3 for your first obstacle. You see that? Okay. For your second obstacle, we take the day of birth, which is a 4, and we subtract that from your year of birth, which is a 5, and that gives you a 1 for your second obstacle. You take 1. You take 1 from 3 and you have 2. That's your third obstacle.
My phone went back down. So, okay, so the third obstacle, I missed it.
You take your first obstacle and you minus it from your second. So 3 minus 1 equals what?
3 minus 1
2.
is 2.
And then for your fourth obstacle, you take the month you were born, October, which is a 1, and you minus it from the year you were born, 1967, which is a 5, and that gives you a 4. So do you guys see where her obstacles are mixed? 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That is what is called a mixed hidden obstacle. So this person has a mixed hidden obstacle. The mixed hidden obstacle is not commonly found. You special, Jolene, and really does not show. It really doesn't show special talents. What that means is you're a jack of all trades, Jolene. I think she dropped off again, but she will be back. And what it really means is, is that a different hidden obstacle will be experienced during each period for her. The final hidden obstacle, number 4, is real significant for her. And I'll repeat all of this when she comes back on.
I'm here. I'm listening. I came back. My phone is stupid.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The mixed hidden obstacle is not commonly found and really doesn't show special talents. It just means you're a jack of all trades. You can master anything you really want to put your mind to. And a different hidden obstacle will be experienced for you during each period. The final hidden obstacle, number 4, indicates that during your latter life vibration period, which you're in now, you're over 52, Jolene? Not
yes.
Yet, yeah, you're over 52. So you're in your latter.
Yeah, I am. I'm 50,
yeah, 54. Right. So your latter life vibration period, which you're in now, you will be called upon to hold your life, your lifestyle, and living arrangements and conditions on a very even keel. No arguments, no in and out, no shenanigans, no loud outbursts, no depression. Just on the even, your life, your lifestyle, and your home should be cooler than Santa Claus's ass sitting on an igloo. For real. For real, for real. It should be.
I believe
it should be ice freaking cold. That's how cool.
Wow.
That's how cool your lifestyle, and living arrangements and conditions should be. And that's what you're called to do. That you can feel that already. You can feel that you are being called to chill out your life and none of these ups and downs and ins and outs. You want to stay on an even keel. Don't get too high when you win.
I'm here.
Too low when you lose. You know what I mean?
Yes, cool. And you know what? I when I see that there's an issue, I kind of speak on it so I can make sure that's cleared even before we move on.
Absolutely.
And so it's been like that for a while, and I like it that I can have that voice to make sure it's the way I can handle, so I can be the one I want to be with, or the person I want to be. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. Order, systems, security, stability, and work, and more work will be your supporting qualities. So, in case you didn't know, ain't no retirement plan for you, Jolene. Even in your,
and I think you
say that again.
You probably referring to what I want. Oh, I think when you say no work, because it's going to be something that I really like. It's going to be me.
No.
It's not going to be like work, huh?
I didn't say no work, and more work. I said work, and more work.
More work.
Yeah, work, and more work. You can be like James Brown, the hardest working sucker on the planet. However, like you just said, you are going to lean into some things that are not like work for you, thereby making it a joy for you to do. But when I say there's no retirement for you, you ain't gonna ever stop working, Jolene.
Wow.
Never. And they will be your supporting qualities as long as they are cultivated, embraced, nurtured, and encouraged. So what I'm telling you is when you are ready to fire your boss, you have a skill already. You're already writing and getting recognized and all that, and that's not work for you. You already cultivate and embrace and nurture and encourage that. Yeah, that's your supporting quality.
Wow.
And that's going to take care of you well, into the future, but you will work at that. Yes.
Wow. I love that. And I love when you first started, you said, I feel to take back, someone needs to hear this. And you said, someone needs to hear, you need to take back your power. Yeah. And it's weird because I did on my job, you can get 2 hours of paid self-care. So I picked Thursday, and Thursday is the same day I'm going to do my program in the state building. So I'm already trying to grab onto my own time so I can cultivate where I want to go.
Absolutely.
and I love it. It's just a puzzle
Absolutely.
that continues
Absolutely.
to,
Good.
wow.
Thank you for that. This person must continue to be about the business of putting ideas, concepts, and thoughts into form and substance, and resist becoming combative in thought, action, word, and deed, as this will cause a great falling away of your supporters, admirers, and benefactors. This person is Jolynn Herbert.
Wow. Wow. I like that. It feels where I am or where I could feel that I am. I feel it. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I like
Absolutely. Anybody got any comments about that? Any other comments other than Jolynn? Nope. Okay.
Say something now. I want somebody to say something.
It's okay. It's okay. All right.
I don't want to keep chiming in.
Hey, it's good for all of us to chime in and chime on in whenever.
Well, you know what? I don't want to break your monotony. Well, not monotony. I don't want to break your stride right now because you're on a roll with her, and and we can talk about this later. But I definitely have some questions about my 3 challenge because I just moved into my 3 challenge, and I'm starting to already see how it's showing up. So we can talk about that later.
Okay. All right. We will do that.
So when she said challenge, is there
obstacle.
a big obstacle? What is an obstacle that I have? Just being, if I become rude and aggressive, that's it?
Well, there's a little bit more than that, but that's the gist of it. Yeah, don't become combative, belligerent, demeaning, just downright cruel. Just stay cool.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. Just don't go over the top. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. You can cuss somebody out, but don't cuss them out naked.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now, next, Deirdre, you ready?
Yes, timing is perfect.
We have
now. Let me tell you, I'm in a car, but I'm still with you all.
Okay.
So I'm almost home.
Okay. No worries. No worries. We have an example of a single cipher hidden obstacle. The birthday that I used was January 28, 1964. January being the first month is the 1. 28 is a 10, which is a 1. 1964 adds up to a 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 gets us this person's soul energy. So you take the month she was born and minus it from the day she was born. 1 minus 1 is a 0. That's a cipher. You take the day she was born and you subtract it from the year she was born. 1 minus 2 is a 1. And you take the month she was born and wait. No, the third obstacle, you subtract 1 from 0 and you get 1. And then the fourth obstacle, you take the month she was born and you subtract it from the year she was born. It gives her a 1/4 obstacle. So already we know that not only does this person have a single cipher, this person has an outstanding 1 hidden obstacle as well. So this person right here has more than their share of folks coming up against her plans. More than Deirdre, you've had more than your share of opposition to your choices, decisions, and well thought out plans. You definitely when I was reading the outstanding one interpretation, I know that resonated strongly with you because you have it 3 times back to back to back. Therefore, this becomes your true hidden obstacle. Your entire life has been governed and will be governed by the number 1 hidden obstacle. Because you have a cipher in the first one, your whole life is covered by that one hidden obstacle. Should you be able to recognize this outstanding hidden obstacle and make effort into cultivating that steady will, the same thing I talked about myself, that refined and channeled expressed determination, a dignified and self-respecting way of being and living, you will overcome more than most. Can't hold grudges, gotta let shit go, don't place blame, process your hurts by yourself, and then have a release ritual, stay cool-headed, and then that'll keep you from making mistakes and judgments, actions, and intentions. And then you can avoid being unreasonable. The fact that you have a cipher, and it was your first one, you've long passed that period in your life. And the fact that you had a 0 in the first period meant that your life could have went any number of directions. Any number of directions. And you probably did bounce from here to there, from this wave of thought to that wave of thought, to this doctrine, to that, to this, to that, until you finally hit your initial Saturn return in the middle of your 29th birth year. At that time, then you started to swim through all of the fog and all of the malaise, and you started to get a direction about certain things. The fact that it's a past thing, when I get to the fullness of the one hidden obstacle, that will definitely resonate for you, since you have been a grown-ass woman, and it'll be that for you until you shuffle off the planet. Any questions, Deirdre?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
You know what's funny, Mark? When you were saying that, I wasn't sure that I was completely getting what you were saying, but what I was thinking was, and I always say this jokingly, and that is, all my life I had to fight.
Yep. Yep.
Is that what we're talking about here?
That's what we're talking about. Yes. I come out of my mama's portal fighting. And I ain't stopped. I have not stopped. Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing.
Did we drop you? Did we lose you? All right, we'll catch you back up. I can't hear you, Deirdre. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You didn't hear my question?
You said so the thing. That was the last thing I heard. So the thing.
So the thing that I would have to work on is not becoming entangled with arguments and things with family members, and going forward for myself.
Absolutely. And
leaving things that try always to pull me back. Absolutely. I have to release them. Is that what you're saying to me?
That is exactly what I'm saying to you. You know that I willfully don't talk to certain folks because I know where the conversation is going to go, and I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
not gonna do me, it's not going to do me any good ultimately, and it won't. Arguing and going back and forth, especially with your family members, ain't going to do you no good at the end, because at the end they still going to think you crazy as hell.
yeah, and honestly, the arguing, I don't care to do it. So what I do is I just cut folks off now.
Yep.
I try to let them back into thinking that folks have changed, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm dealing with it because it's weird in my brain. It's like a conflict that I actually have to cut loose my family members. And I'm talking about my children.
Absolutely. They be
So,
the main ones.
Yeah, that's been an issue, but it's not that much issue because she helped me.
Right.
Because right now where I am, I'm working on something because I'm transparent, but I'm also working on not trying to be too transparent, and I don't know how to balance that shit out right now. Let me just be honest.
Absolutely.
So, and to everyone with that, if I say too much, my apologies in advance.
No, fine.
Yeah. So I've been
say something.
Yes.
If you don't mind.
No, never.
I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna talk about this later. You and Mark, you're gonna understand exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
In her chart, her Mars and her Sun are conjunct.
Ooh, yeah.
And she was born during a full moon.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, like everything you guys just said just made absolute sense. So
yes.
Yeah, I just want to point that out. And Deidre, I'm going to call you after this and we're going to talk about this.
I just love it. And I had no idea
okay
I was born during a full moon.
Yeah. Did you know that?
So,
you should
I didn't know that.
You should feel extra.
Full moon.
You should feel extra energized every full moon too, DJ.
Yeah, absolutely. And
extra
then Mars conjunct her Sun. Yeah.
Yes, and you can conjure up some shit, girl.
No,
on a full
that's
moon.
why she's having these issues with, like, she doesn't want to be combative, right? Because of her communication skills, and it's in her 5th house. That's the funny thing about it. With her children, they feel it the most.
Yes, they do.
What do you mean they feel it the most?
Because your children, your Sun and your Mars are in your 5th house, and the 5th house represents your children and your interaction with your children. And you asked a question like a few sessions back or on the call, does numerology and your astrology chart relate? And so I'm kind of bringing this full circle a little bit, and thank you for letting me do this, Mark. Mm-hmm. What you're saying right now and the combativeness, a lot of that has to do with your Sun, Mars energy in your 5th house, and it relates to your children.
Absolutely.
And
but the thing is, I'm not. I feel, I could be completely wrong.
It's not even something you do. It's just
like
I'm not
you express yourself naturally, and it just comes.
It comes out like that.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh my God, that is the truth.
Yeah, even when
the truth.
Look, even when you are attempting to be sweet and sugary and all gooey, it come out like that.
Yeah.
How do y'all know me like that? That is such a trip. Oh my God. And I have struggled with that all my life. I thought something was wrong with me.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Mars Sun conjunction.
Nothing wrong.
I'm offensive, but how can I be offensive and loving at the same time? You know what I'm saying?
Your children feel it the most because of that conjunction in your 5th house.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to interject.
Right. Jolene, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I want Jolene to say what she wanted to say.
Yeah, Jolene, go ahead.
This is so interesting. Can you do the same, like what's in my house in that conversation for me?
I just
and I
love
wanted
it.
And I just want to.
We have to do that on another call. But yeah, we could do all of that. Yeah.
And as far as children, you know how I feel about my daughter, but she's a Scorpio. And so when she gets in, my mother had to tell me when she doesn't want to talk to me, take it like a self-care. Don't take it personal, right? Take a self-care for me, for myself. Yeah. And so because
that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, she didn't talk to me last year, like 2 years ago, for 3 months. That means I didn't speak to my grandson. I couldn't speak to her, nothing. And I was having almost a freaking breakdown. Wow. And so my mother told me, now is the time to take care of yourself, which I got at the end of the 3 months. But now she's gotten much better like that. But I'm telling you, that self-care idea is so good because it kind of says, let her take care of her and I'm gonna take care of me. And so that's, yeah.
Absolutely.
So may I say something to what Jolene just said?
Sure.
Because I have gone through that with my daughter. I have three grandbabies, all girls. And my Aries daughter, she thinks that she is me. She thinks she's equal to me. So when she decides to do the cutting off, I don't have feelings, really. I know that I love her so much, but I really don't have the feelings. I only have concerns for my grandbabies and, you know, them getting to interact with me because I know that I have gems to deposit into my grandchildren for the future. So but it always works itself out, period. And that's what I know.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to say one more thing, and I know we have a, this is about what you were saying to me, Mark, because right now, because you said 1, 1, and 1, and the cipher, which I don't completely understand, but the word cipher in itself means what it means, right?
Absolutely.
Cipher.
Absolutely. And I'm going to touch a little bit on the cipher and what it means on any given period. The cipher being that it is represented by the value of 0. The cipher doesn't mean that it is a lack on that position. It just means that the world of opportunity, both good, bad, ugly, and unexpected, are open to you, and there really isn't one thing or one dominant thing that is pushing you one way or pushing you another. Almost like it offers you a blank canvas, so to speak.
Oh, that's a blessing. That's
beautiful. It can be. It could be a curse too.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have any idea what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll drive you crazy. It'll drive you crazy.
My God. You know, I'm not going to, Mark, I have had so much on my mind lately about stuff. I've actually been emotional the last few days. And I don't know what the F, why I've been like that.
Say the word. Say it. It's therapeutic. Say it.
I don't know why in the hell that
that wasn't the word. No. You got to say it.
Does it start with F? Does it start with F?
It starts with F.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Deidre, you can do it.
Oh my goodness. I don't know
what
I don't know why in the fuck I have been so emotional. I have been like, you know, and it's a different type of thing. It's like a discovery because what I'm seeing is that right in this period, I don't trust people, right? And it's so odd because I do, but I don't. And so it's like I had this whole conversation with this young lady today, and we were talking about trust. And I said, well, the fact is, it looks like we're not supposed to trust anyone but ourselves, trust the intuition from within in our quiet moments. And, you know, it's really an awakening moment for me because I trust people when I do it. it always fails me. And it's okay, I keep going, but right now, to experience the opposite of someone actually showing the love and being true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about friendship, sisterhood.
Oh,
That's it's odd to me.
right.
So it's like stepping out into a place like walking on water, if you will.
Absolutely.
Anyway, it's psychedelic. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I really don't want to take over this on me. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me give you guys an example of a double cipher hidden obstacle. Sharon, you ready?
Ready?
Okay. The birth date I picked, July 3rd, 1978. July is the 7th month. So we take the 7 plus the 3. She's born on the 3rd day. And 1978 comes back to a 25-7. So 7 plus 3 plus 7 equals 17-8. Soul energy. With all them 7s right there, ooh wee. Yeah. That is those are the numbers of the mystic. You got 77 right there. That's the number of the mystic, the number of truth and of higher truth. And that makes up your soul journey. So your soul journey is nothing but one escapade after another, dealing with higher truth versus low level truth, higher truth versus low level truth. And it's a delicate balance, sometimes not so delicate, what you go through on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Yeah. 7-7-3. Yeah. So to get your first obstacle, we take the month you were born, July, and we subtract it from the day you were born, the 3. So 7 minus 3 equals 4. So you have a 4 first obstacle. To get your second obstacle, we take the day you were born and we minus it from the year you were born. And that is a 4. 3 minus 7 is 4. So you have a 4 as a second obstacle. To get your third obstacle, we subtract the first 2 obstacles from each other. So 4 minus 4 is a 0, which is a cipher. That is your third obstacle. And then to get your fourth obstacle, we subtract the month you were born from the year you were born. You were born in July, that's a 7, and 1978 is a 25-7. So 7 minus 7 is a 0. Thus, you have the double cipher hidden obstacle. This person has a double cipher hidden obstacle. The number 4 is the obstacle for the first 2 periods. And for the third and fourth periods, you have the cipher, which has a subjective influence at all time. The cipher obstacle is a very common obstacle, regardless of when it shows up. A cipher obstacle is a all or nothing influence. Either I'm all the way in and I'm down by law and with the movement, or deuces, homie. It's either they accept you flaws and all, or they see of you what Moses saw of God, his back parts, as you pass on by. It's all or nothing. Ain't no gray area. Either you all the way in or you don't know a motherfucker. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Lord knows that's me.
Please.
It can't be one thing out of the way with a person. It's like puzzle pieces. And it's like I guess it deals with transparency. Like if you're transparency and you're just a hot ass mess, we can roll.
Right.
But if it's a whole lot of things that got me thinking and that don't fit, it's too much for me mentally. And I'm just like deuces. Like I have to love them from afar.
Yep, gotta go.
You have to be transparent with me. And you can be a mess. You can rob a bank and, I got you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it's like you done robbed the bank and you trying to hide and then my brain trying to figure it out. Like, nope, gotta go. Sorry. Can't do it.
Yeah.
I feel I'm wrong, but you telling me something else.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, black or white. Yeah, it ain't no in between.
Ain't no in between. There's a cipher obstacle anywhere is an all or nothing influence. It symbolizes the universe and a circle. The circle encompasses everything that is inside of it. Can't shit get out of the circle. It symbolizes the universe and the circle, which encompasses everything. However, it can also symbolize and manifest as emptiness, depending upon the personality and desires of this person. Have you felt any of that in and through your life before?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Oh my, yes. The majority of my.
Get closer to the, we can't hear you. You might have us muted. It's okay. It's okay. Just keep talking. And when I hear you again, I'll stop. This person always has the right of choice. Are you there, Sharon? Okay. This person always has the right of choice. This person can either drift along aimlessly in life, or this person can rise above every problem, issue, or concern and become exceptionally great. It's totally up to this person. Totally up to them. She's gonna log back in a second too. So I'm gonna hold right here until she logs back in. Y'all don't mind, do you? All right. All right.
No, we don't mind.
Okay. No problems. No problems.
So can I ask you a question while we're waiting?
Absolutely.
I think it's absolutely amazing that she has those 2 4s in the beginning, and then she has 2 zeros. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I might have blanked out a little bit because I had some text coming in, but can you talk a little bit of the significance of having those 2 back-to-back challenges and like, that's amazing to me. My dad had a 0, and it was funny because I can relate to him being so empty at times. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. And and because I know some things about your dad, pretty much if he had a double cipher back to back.
One cipher.
Oh, he just had one?
It was just one.
Okay, so it may not have been anything goes, but pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, with a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep.
And my dad was like Uranus, not only in my chart, but in my mom's chart too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, I think he showed up in my mom's chart, and her Uranus was like in the 4th house. And that explains his presence in our lives, because he was always just in and out. So anyway, but he had that 0, so it kind of made me think about that. And he was very empty at certain times when it came to his family life. So
absolutely, absolutely. Well,
wow.
Are you there, Sharon? Can we hear you?
Yeah, I'm there. The hotel connection went out. So
okay. All right. So again, it's an all or nothing influence symbolizing the universe and the circle, which encompasses everything. However, it can also symbolize and manifest emptiness, depending upon the personality and desires of this person. I know you had shared some before, but we'll get you on this paragraph. This person always has the right of choice. This person can either drift along aimlessly in life, or this person can rise above every problem, issue, or concern and become exceptionally great. It is totally up to this person. This person can expect big tests during their incarnation. This is the most important thing. If you don't hear nothing else about this, Sharon, hear this. This person has the right to create their own reality. And should this person feel their obstacle with love, compassion, and true helpfulness to mankind, their work and their endeavors will succeed surprisingly and extraordinarily well. Want me to repeat that? Or did you get that one, Sharon?
No, I got it. It's already happening. I kind of shifted. So yeah, that's already happening.
Yeah. And this person must cultivate the desire to make the world a better place, and they will be, live, think, act, all of those better than most. Just cultivate the desire to make the world a better place, and you're on easy street. Yes, Sharon, go ahead.
Oh no, I really didn't have anything else to say, but you're right on the money with that, because people aren't really understanding why the slap was so significant with me. Like what you always taught me is like, look for the wizard behind the curtain. And it's just so much deeper than what people are seeing. And so I'm just trying to get people to like deal with your trauma. Deal with your trauma, because if you don't, like, the world's not going to babysit you.
They're not.
Like, the world isn't going to be a Chris Rock where you have some traumatic experience. You go up to a random person and they're like, oh, you hit me. You know, it's all good. That's not what happens. Like, people lose their lives. Like, they get killed, like put in prison. Like, you have to deal with that. And on a larger scale, it was telling us all, deal with your trauma, but they only saw the slap.
That's it.
And I just keep drilling it in, like, you all don't get it. Like, it's trying to tell. I think that this was way bigger than Will. Way bigger.
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. And then lastly, today, we have an example of a complete cipher hidden obstacle.
Thank you, Art.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You guys are welcome for this. Birth date that I used, I had to find one that gave me exactly what I needed. July 7th, 1987. Since July is the 7th month, and they're born on the 7th day, in 1987 equals a 7, 25-7. 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21-3 soul energy. This person right here would be dangerous with all these ciphers, and they had 777 soul energy. Yeah, they would be dangerous, very dangerous. So to get the first obstacle, you take the month they were born and you subtract it from the day they were born. 7 minus 7 equals 0. To get the second obstacle, you take the day they was born and minus it from the year they were born. 7 minus 7 equals 0. To get the third obstacle, you minus the first and second obstacle, subtract them from each other. So 0 from 0 equals 0. And then to get the fourth obstacle, you take the months and you subtract it from the year. 7 minus 7 is 0 for the fourth obstacle. This person has a complete cipher hidden obstacle. This person's main obstacle is a cipher, and this is not easy at all. The choice is left open to this person and may cause confusion and misdirection at times until the qualities and characteristics of the major positions, planes of expression, or points of identification are allowed to fill in the cipher. Because they have the zeros on all of that, this person's major positions, first step, middle name, last name, soul journey, soul energy, soul urge, maybe your essence, some of these numbers take more of control, or your planes of expression, or if you got 7's in your name, or 6 5's in your name, or 10 1's in your name. Those are the characteristics that come out more, because the cipher, just like I said, it can be all or nothing, but most of the time it's anything goes, especially you got 4 of them in a row. There's nothing to direct this person one way or the other, either good, either bad, either evil, either righteous. There's nothing to point this person in any direction. This person is just la 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 la, you know, and maybe not in a physical, you know, maybe they're not physically just la la la, but in an internal and a spiritual and a mind and emotive directional way, they're just la la la. One day they could be depressed and down and crying. The next day they can cuss you out. One day they could be weak and meek and mild, and the next day they could be ready to kick your ass. You just never know. And not one day, 1 hour, 1 minute. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but I would love to look in some folks. I'd love to get the birthdays of some people who've been diagnosed with certain forms of bipolarism and schizophrenia, and I guarantee you I will find some commonality with those 0 ciphers. Guaranteed.
Wow.
Guaranteed. So this person's life is based more upon the numbers in their major positions, and their overall obstacle is getting clear about anything. Because if you don't have anything on your mind or anything directing you, there's nothing to clear. You guys feel what I'm saying on this? If you're not being pulled one way politically, or pulled one way spiritually, or pulled one way vocationally, there's nothing that you have to ponder. Can you imagine your life without nothing to think about?
Oh God. No.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, or without any direction, or without anything touching your intuition, touching your heart, touching your mind, saying, yeah, that's it, or saying, no, don't do it. Can you imagine that?
Is that worse than not caring?
I mean, think about those people that just
No, I think
their lives mindlessly and just don't
it's
care
different.
about nothing.
Yeah, because not caring most of the time is a choice. These folks are mindless. These
That's
folks
right,
are built like that.
Yeah.
It's not a choice.
I think
Another question. Does that equate to the Fool's card
Yes.
and the tarot deck?
Yes.
oh,
Yep. And the Joker in the regular deck.
Okay.
Yep.
is that related?
Go ahead, Victoria's first, and then Jolene.
No, I just said that just popped in my head when you talked about the Fool's card, or not the Fool's card, but just the journey of people that just walk through their lives mindlessly. I've encountered a lot of people in my life, and it's so funny how we take common sense for granted when you see how people move in life, and you're like, yeah, it's really not that common, you know.
Absolutely.
So it's
We ought to
just
call
like,
it uncommon sense. That's
it
what
really should be called that.
yeah, this
Wow.
person may or may not exist somewhere in 3D. Now, I'm quite sure somebody was born July 7th, 1978. Somebody was born July 7th, 1987. And somebody was born July 7th on every other year that ends in a 7. However, I don't know. I haven't read anybody's chart like this. So, but I did pick this date so that we could have a very good example. All right. And I'm going to wrap this up real quick. The number appearing as an obstacle, this is for everybody. The number appearing as a hidden obstacle may also be found on other positions of your name. It may even be intensified on the number distribution of your name. When it appears again as an obstacle, meaning it's in your name and it appears again as an obstacle, that means there is more work to do for the individual according to the obstacle number. There's more work for you to do according to that obstacle number. And again, remember that the obstacles are, the number of the obstacle is, it's still, one is a one is a one. However, it's the other side of that number. So and when we get into the interpretations of these, you guys will see what I mean. It's easier for me to just get into the interpretations and then they explain themselves. Should the obstacle number not be in your name, like I have a 8 hidden obstacle, had an 8 hidden obstacle, and I don't have an 8 in my name, it is extremely vital that this special talent, whatever the special talent of the number that shows up as an obstacle but is not in your name, whatever special talent that is, whatever way of thinking that that number thinks, and however they are, should, must, better become a major part of your character. So I didn't have an 8. So being a businessman, being about finance, knowing how to work through in business and in corporations and knowing the ins and outs, front door to the back door of the business, that was my way of thinking and being when I was part of corporate America. I didn't have an 8 in my name. So I studied and made myself the businessman, the forensic accountant, the manager and the accounting manager that I became. I studied and done that. Okay, and finally, your hidden obstacles always show up in your affairs, no matter what. Family, friends, business associates, and others will come into your experience face to face with you, mirroring back to you your hidden obstacle numbers.
That was good.
So
thank you.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Even folks who are unaware, their family members, their friends, business associates, and others that they are in regular contact with, they come and go in and out your life daily, weekly, whatever, and they mirror back to you your hidden obstacle number at any given period of your life.
Is it because of what you put out? Is what you put out, you get back?
It's in your vibration. Yeah, it's in your
vibration.
It's in your vibration. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in your vibration.
Any
comments?
Yeah, can I just say, there's a saying that whenever you point your finger, there's always 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Absolutely.
And the other one is to take you higher in your understanding, your thumb pointing upwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any other comments?
Mm-hmm. When you said if it's not in your number, you still have a choice to cultivate whatever that is that you want to go towards. And I really, really like that, because years ago I wanted peace. I didn't have peace. I just knew the meaning of peace, and I cultivated it over time, over the years.
Absolutely.
So anything that shows that's going to challenge my peace, my whole body, it seems like it will just throw it out. My whole body becomes Wonder Woman bracelet, and it just throws it right back to you, because I don't want it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's weird. Mm-hmm. That's
Any
a
other
7,
comments?
right?
Yeah, so that's part of the journey of the 7. Any other comments?
One question.
Yes.
So you mentioned something about the number of distribution or the
intensification. Yeah.
Okay, so you said to look at the zeros that show up in your chart.
There are no zeros going to show up in your chart other than
no,
cipher.
Distribution of your numbers. So basically, what you meant by that, so you look at all the letters in your number, and then you see how many numbers show up. So like I have like 4 1s. Yep. And then 2, I have 3 2s. 5. So, and then, so am I to understand that's what you were referring to when you talked about
the number distribution? Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, so the zeros, I have no 4s, no 6s, 7 or 8s. Right. So I have zeros in all those areas. Right. So can you just clarify that one more time for me, what that means for me with
those zeros in that area? Those zeros mean nothing, because that just means you don't have that number in your name, and that is not significant. What is significant is how many 2s you have, how many 3s you have, how many 1s you have. If you don't have this number in your name, it is still something that is available to you. The qualities of those numbers are available to you if you just tap in and focus in on that number. You could be mindful and
so you just have to work towards it.
You just have to work toward it, because it won't be something that is natural for you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The business thing about me was natural for me, even though I didn't have that 8 in my name, because of my last name. Pyle is a 22-4. That's a master number. That's the master of economics and enterprise. So I naturally was gifted in economics and enterprise, and I had that 8 hidden obstacle during that period of my life. So I was able to dive into periodicals and books, and able to by osmosis get all of the business acumen I needed. And I took business courses in junior college, and you know, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a little kid. So I kind of always understood business thanks to that 22-4 last name, which is a master number.
So you just have to balance all your numbers together and then see what's lacking and where it's missing, and then balance it with other areas. And so it all comes together. So where you may be lacking in one area, you make up somewhere else in your chart. So this is the beauty and the art and the science of learning to balance your numbers. And,
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
May I say something?
Yes.
Why would you be put into a family that you have to disconnect from?
I think you know the answer to that already. Don't you?
No, sir.
It's part of our lessons.
It's part of your lesson, honey.
Yeah, it's all our lessons. This is just your soul contract. These are agreements that you had. You don't remember it in this lifetime. But
let me ask you this, Deirdre. Did you come to live for your family or live for you?
Well, I came to live for me, but it's the weirdest thing that I have this thing.
Look, everything you said after "but" just negated what you said.
That part.
I really need this. I'm telling you the truth. I need it like a two-edged sword. I really need this.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I always think that sanity is part of self-care. So to maintain sanity, you got to maintain self-care and vice versa.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm kind of like this. Deidre, your children are past the age of majority, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
My
So
youngest is 19.
so I'm always this is always my thought. If you is a grown ass man or woman and you don't like what I'm saying to you in my house, get the fuck out. Go ahead. You can go do what you want away from here.
Yeah, that's all done.
And if you grown and you don't like my advice, stop talking to me.
Facts.
Stop talking to me. And I'm good with it. I am good with it. I'm good with it. And
you know what my mother did? My mother, she had my two younger siblings, and they were not cooperative in a kind of way, and they was getting on her nerve. You know what my mother did? She packed her stuff up and she moved.
Absolutely. I know a couple of families from my hometown that did
That's
that.
deep. I love that.
Their kids was fucking up. They moved out.
They got
left
up
their
and
ass
she
in the
got
house.
up and she moved. Yep.
Left them in the house. Sure did. Sure did.
My kids are gone except for my 19-year-old, but I think it's more mental for me. I think it's more mental.
Are you afraid of emptiness? Are you afraid of emptiness? I know you've been a mom. You've been a mom for so long.
I've been a mom for 30 years.
Yeah. Are you afraid of an empty nest?
No. I look forward to it.
Are you sure?
I look forward. Yeah.
Okay.
I do look forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just those energies are coming from outward.
Oh, well, then those are easy. You just keep the door closed. Yeah. You just look, I preached a sermon once when I was a preacher in the church, and I told the ladies, I said, you get that knock on your door at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. You got a peephole. You look out the peephole. You see the devil on the other side of that peephole. It's your choice. Don't you come to church on Sunday praying for forgiveness when your ass let the devil in. It's a choice. It's a choice. But
I would have loved to come to your church.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't even say that word. I don't even say that name. That thing is not even in my vocabulary.
Okay, Satan or a player, whatever, a playboy, a no good brother, whatever. We could.
No, the D. I don't keep.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not concerned about the devil. That's all that shit is made up anyway.
That part.
It doesn't. Yeah, it matters. It doesn't matter.
But you know what? At the end of the day,
let me ask you a question. Wait, you guys, wait. Jolene, are you afraid of Fred Flintstone?
No. I just don't bring in certain words.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
I haven't watched cartoons in over 30 years. I know the difference.
Are you afraid of animation or a made-up character?
No.
Then why are you afraid of the devil?
Because what people react on how people react to it.
I don't care how people react. I'm talking to you. It's me and you. Are you afraid of the devil?
No, I choose the conversations I want, and I don't.
I got you on that. I got you on that. I can respect that.
I don't go there. I don't want to go there. So
I got you. No. That's cool. Yeah, no. We definitely on the same page on that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Any other comments before we really go left somewhere? Any other comments? David, you all right over there today, sir? See if he's still here. David, you okay? You want to say hello? If not, anybody else? Anybody else got any comments, any concerns, anything? All right. Well, this has been
two more questions. I will shut up because I spoke all day. But 2 questions. Did you send out the guided expression meditation?
No, I will send it out to everybody tomorrow. Everybody will get it in the email tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. And then who was the lady who bought both of my books? I forgot who bought them.
She'll speak
on
up.
this call.
She'll speak up.
I forgot who did that. I forgot. Okay. All right. I'll ask again later.
I didn't even know your book was
Hold
available.
on. Sharon.
You just go.
Oh, it was you on?
Sharon.
Yeah.
Oh, you
was-
did. I was wondering how did you feel about it?
I haven't started yet, unfortunately, but I got them late because the post office had them like in limbo for the longest time. So I just got them recently, but I haven't cracked them open yet. But I got both of them. So
Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm just curious, and I'm like wanting to know how you feel. But let me know.
okay, I definitely will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. All right. You
I
done,
need to know
Jolene?
where Jolene's books are.
Amazon.
They're on Amazon, and it's a book series. So the book 1 and 2 is out. Jolene's written WRITTEN expressions.
Go ahead, Jolene.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. This has been On the Sevens with Pfeiffer's B Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We go through the 88 steps into our mastered self. And I guarantee you, if you keep On the Sevens with Pfeiffer's B Metatron a part of your soul's journey, somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. You guys know I always never say goodbye forever. It's always goodbye for now. I love each and every one of you. I thank everybody for allowing me to use you as an example during today's show. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I look forward to seeing each and every one of us this time, our regular time on Saturday. I really, really, really want to help everybody unlock the cosmic code of their name so that they can start happening to life instead of allowing life to happen to them. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you,
enjoyed
Mark.
it.
Have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.